Durag Diaries. Daniel Levy is moving like Liam Neeson in Taken. He's gone to Paris and he's leaving with something, and I mean a couple bodies, because there is another French starlet that Spurs are interested for, and supposedly we have accelerated talks in recent hours since finding out Mbomo, boom, may not want to come to Spurs. As you can see in the report by Tanzi Loic, Tottenham have decided in recent hours to accelerate in the Arnold Kalimuendo case. No offer has been made due to wanting to understand the price, but Spurs will turn interest to action by making contact with Rennes management to begin discussions. This is also backed up by the report from GFFN, Get French Football News, and they have also said in the report by the L'Equipe that the 23-year-old forward has logged 18 goals and 3 assists in 34 games played with Les Rouges at Noir this season. The outlet adds that Eric Ten Hag's Bayern Leverkusen and Newcastle United are said to monitor the Kalimuendo situation, but they are yet to submit an official bid to the League One club. He spent 3 years at the club off the back of a 25 million move from Club Lens. And Spurs are looking to add to their front line. We knew that we were looking for a multifunctional forward, someone that could become a backup, but also an option like we have with Richarlison right now, playing off of the left or right, but also in the middle. But it seems like Kalimuendo is the option, with Spurs opting for an out-and-out forward to challenge Solanke for his belt next season. Now, I did do a little bit of a comparison so we could look a bit more into the player, because I'm not going to lie, I haven't watched too much of him. Since seeing the news, I have done a bit more research about him. And from what I have seen, he's a nippy little player. He's small, he's agile, he's fast with his feet, he's got good feet on the ball. But it doesn't seem like he is the cleanest of strikers, though he does score a decent amount of goals, as we scored 18 in 33 games in all competitions last season. I do question some of those finishes that I've seen. Some of them look like they're hitting off his shin, similar to what we've seen with Matisse Tell. But he is 23 years of age, so can still grow, but he has good composure of the ball and is good in and around the box. He seems to be a bit of the fox in the box, but comparing him to Solanke of last season, you can see why we are looking at this player. Looking at their games, they did play just a little bit of different amount of games across the season, with him playing 33 and Solanke playing 27. But as you can see, with the shot accuracy is slightly higher than Solanke. He scored more winning goals than Solanke, double the amount of 0.2 per total 90, but in the total, that's 5 winning goals as opposed to Solanke's 1. With regards to goals in total, that's 17-9, with non-penalty goals, Solanke having 8 and him having 12. Conversion rate at 32%, which is quite high. It's actually very impressive for a striker who has 17 goals. His conversion rate is pretty high. Also got a few assists in there and 18 chances created. So from what I did see of him, he does like to pick the ball up in the wide channel areas, and you tend to see him drifting at times. Got a few assists that way and can put a ball across the box and as well as beat his man. So I can understand why he's got 18 chances created. His passing accuracy is also better at 80.78%, but his take-on percentage is not as high as Solanke's end. Solanke isn't the most gifted player with his take-ons, tends to use his body and his pace when getting in behind. But with the aerial duels, Solanke is naturally better, with him being the taller striker and stronger with the duels one at 117, but only has the less offsides there. But so when you're comparing him to Solanke, you can understand why Spurs are looking at this player. He is a bit of an upgrade on what we currently got. He would be available for around 35 million pounds, but I need to be honest, people, this is not a move that I would personally look to make. I don't think this is the player that moves the needle. We need someone that's played Champions League football, someone that's going to elevate our team, but he doesn't look like it. When I look at this player, he looks like a good little player. Probably could make a move to a team, maybe Brighton, maybe Bournemouth, maybe get his try at a team that's just below the European level. I only see him scoring 7 to 10 Premier League goals if he does come into the side. So I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan of this move. Now, again, I haven't watched him heavily for me to sit here and be a mad critique. So you can take my opinion with a pinch of salt. But from what I have seen, this is not the needle mover that Spurs have. We have looked at plenty of other strikers and multifunctional forwards in this window, going from Mbomo to potentially Kalimuendo. I don't know. I don't think this is the one. Though he is a player, again, as we said, he's coming out of France, and we know France is one of the places with the most talented footballers at this moment in time, with Tel and Odebert already being a part of our rankings. I'm just not sure if this guy, and I also looked at his FB ref stats to have a bit more of a breakdown on what he could bring to Tottenham. And they back up, in my opinion, I would say, when you have a look here. This is him compared to the other forwards in the last 365 days across the top 5 leagues in Europe. And as you can see here, he ranks in the 67th percentile for non-penalty goals per 90, shots per total in the 47th percentile, which is really low for a striker. 0.1 assists per 90 with 44th percentile. He's rating. A shot creating actions is really, really low at 1.71, 25th percentile. Now, this is where he comes into a bit of his own, and this is where he is a bit more of a good player. Like I said, he likes to pick up the balls in a wide area. So as you can see, progressive carries in the 82nd percentile, and so on with his passing. He ranges quite high, as well as with, you know, progressive passes when he's moving the ball forward, because it seems like he does pick it up in the transition a few times. But away from that, again, his stats are pretty poor outside of that. So I would not go for this move as a Tottenham fan. I don't think this is one that we should get happy for, start to get gas for, and start to be like, look, yeah, man, we can do something with this player. We've got enough young players. He's 23 years of age. He's not in the age range that I think we need currently to improve us. But again, look, take my opinion with a pinch of salt, because clearly I don't know football, right? That's what I've been hearing in the comments. I don't know football. Jords don't know ball. But no, big up to everyone that's been tuned in. Make sure you smash a like button on this video before you head out. As you can see above my head, we are on the road to 5K. So would appreciate if you can subscribe. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their mum, tell his granddad. Subscribe to Durag Diaries, man. It don't cost a thing, and it don't really, it's not hard, you know. Come over here, show some love, like the videos, show love to your boy. But anyway, keep an eye out for everything new that's coming out. We are working on some more uploads on other clubs, everything, not just Spurs, but Premier League football. So make sure you keep a lookout for that. Tap the post notification bell to stay on tune. But until next time, this has been your boy Durag Diaries. And yeah, we're out.